ready?
Yeah, I guess so.
Welcome back to the TOWKA Talks podcast. Today I am joined by Ben Murphy, professionally known as Benicio Arturo Monteverde Murphy. Ben, thank you so much for joining me and welcome to the podcast.
Thanks.
Now, Ben, I need to start right out of the gate. You are one of the elite shoe fitters in our generation today, and you do it all without sporting a mustache. Now, you're running around the floor here, and I have to tell you, sir, you look like a succulent baby lamb. Now, let's face it, most of the great shoe fitters in our millennia have had facial hair. Terrence Michael Jessup, Edward Albert TOWKA, Marcus Aurelius Murphy, the list goes on and on.
Yeah, if I could have facial hair, if it would grow anywhere other than right here, and like this mole or freckle, it kind of grows, and then a little bit up here, but it doesn't look good.
Gotta embrace the facial hair, folks. But that's okay.
Yeah.
Now, let's get into a little bit about your career in specialty retail. So, kind of walk us through a little bit. How did you get involved with it? And then how long have you been working in a retail establishment like this?
So I guess it started in 2017 when Mark bought the store, and he didn't really need help that too much because it wasn't much of a store. And then he mostly helps like move stuff around, and like we painted the walls because they were weird, like lime green, like the Atrex boxes over there is not is not a good color. And then yeah, we also like built a lot of the shelves, and we still have a lot of the shelves, like the back wall over there for like the men's trail and racing shoes is those are some of the shelves that we built. And then yeah, it was mostly like off and on, not doing too much at the start, but then like 2018, 2019, I think he was like, hey, if you want to work, he's like, do you want to work at the store or not? I was like, I'll work at the store. He's like, all right, you got to learn the shoes. I was like, okay. So then started learning the shoes. And then, so yeah, off and on with school, and then like it'd be like spring 2022, took a break from school because online learning is not for me.
That's fair.
And especially online business classes where they just like do the online textbook, and then you just sit there scrolling through, and then when you scroll up it gets all blurry because you've been looking at the screen for so long. It sucks. Hated that. That's why I stopped taking business classes. And then yeah, like 2022 spring to like pretty much like the end of that summer, just like worked in the store. I think yeah, again in 2023 over the summer we worked in the store, me and Max. More me than Max. And then 2024 didn't work in the store over the summer, we're just kind of hanging out in NAC, training. And then we had a altitude camp, got injured, stayed injured for a long time. And then, so yeah, this past summer after graduating, came back like midway towards the end of summer and started working in the store, and then just kind of have been working in the store since then. That's pretty much it.
And just for context, Mark is the owner of the store, and he's also his dad.
Yeah.
So Ben is one of the twins here, that one of two, obviously, him and Maximus, and then his mom Betsy and his dad Mark own the store. So, what is it like working underneath your parents and with your members of your family?
Sometimes it's weird because like sometimes you're just like, man, I hate my boss, but my boss is my dad. I can't really hate my boss, but I also feel like it's probably just a me thing, but I feel like more like pressure to like do well or like kind of step up. Like if he needs something done, or like if he needs me at an event or something, is like, well, I can't let my dad down. I don't want to let my parents down because I feel like some points during school, in younger years, I think I let them down a little bit, but I think I was a lot harder on myself than they were because they just want me to succeed and be happy and not hate what I'm doing. But yeah, it is also weird because like on my day off, I still see him a lot, but most of the time on my day off, I just like I'm either like running, working out, or like on my bike, or I'm just in my room. I'm like I need some alone time.
Now, here's a good scenario for you, Ben. Now, you got your mom, your dad, and your brother. Then you got to fire one, you got to kiss one, and you got to slap one. Go.
Oh, I gotta fire one. Fire Max. I could take his hours. Slap.
You
Um,
wanted to basically slap Mark earlier today from what you were exchanging words with. Like, I don't know. You were just talking about the Diodoras, and
oh, that wasn't really like.
it wasn't confrontation. It was just kind of funny. Y'all were just going back and forth at each other. I almost felt
Yeah.
like you wanted to slap him. That's why I brought up that
No.
part in the scenario.
Between him and Max on like who I would slap. Like
Thank
if I
God.
didn't do
Don't
it too
slap
hard.
Betsy. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a true gentleman right there, folks.
Yeah. And then I guess it's Betsy, but only on the cheek. Not like Tom Brady. I'm not that weird.
Well said. Well said. So let's talk about your running career a little bit, Ben. First of all, you obviously graduated, as you just said, from
Mm-hmm.
Stephen F. Austin in Nacogdoches, Texas, with your twin brother Max.
Mm-hmm.
Max wound up getting his master's degree, correct?
Or yeah,
And then you got your
masters.
undergrad degree.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, can you kind of give us some feedback on what you learned as a student athlete at a Division I school? Kind of the things that stood out to
Yeah.
you from the rest.
Well, I guess I have a good like comparison because for like not all of my time in at school, I was a student athlete. Um, the main thing is it's hard. They expect a lot out of you, and you have to meet certain criteria in terms of like you have to take a certain amount of hours, so that sometimes you end up with like more classes than you really need or like want to take, but you have to do it, and that's kind of frustrating because like at least especially after when I wasn't like racing for the school or on the team, it was so much easier being able to do my own thing. And just like, you know what? I'm going to take 4 classes and I'm going to do really well in them instead of take 6 classes and do pretty good in half of them and not so good on the other half. And then it's also like very different between, I feel like there's a big gap between like the level of D1 that we were at SFA compared to like an SEC school or like a Big 10 or Big 12. Like our track and cross country team, we didn't really have a locker room, and then now it's not really a locker room, it's more like a training room. But like
So
we
did you
can
guys just like change or shower like out in the open, basically?
no, it's like if you want to, like you couldn't like shower there and go to class. You had to like go all the way back to your dorm, shower, then go to class, which is like there were showers there. We just couldn't use them. And
It was
then
more inconvenient, I guess, for you guys
yeah,
because of that.
and then like I mean, if you do get some nice stuff, like everybody goes crazy for the gear, but sometimes, especially with, I don't know, our school with Under Armour, it feels like a lot of it was hit or miss. Like sometimes we just straight up got the wrong shirt, and it's like a medium, but it fits like a large or extra large. So if you're like if we were wearing split shorts, it would be longer than our split shorts.
Oh, there you go.
And then like some of the ones I got freshman year, they would just chafe your nipples so bad you couldn't wear them. Which I don't know how you do that as like a performance, like athletic company making a shirt you can't run in. Then there's some other stuff like you can get like the on like the academic side where they will get like tutoring and stuff for you and they'll try to help you as best they can. But I think I was more stubborn and didn't really like I didn't really want help. It's like I should be able to do it on my own. So even if I can't, don't help me. But yeah, and then I guess you get to travel some places, but you're not on vacation. It's like a business trip. And then like the training is like really tough. Like you're up at like 6 a.m. because it's hot and it's Texas. And then like you could do, sometimes we have like a 10-mile pace run, which is like 10 miles kind of at threshold, and you're supposed to try to get a little faster as you go throughout. And then, I mean, if you do 3-mile warm up, 3-mile cool down, that's 16 miles. And then you got to go to class. It's
Not easy.
it's not easy. You better hope you don't have a test that day.
It's going to be a long test.
Yeah. But it is also a lot of fun because you just get like a pretty close knit group of people, especially if you're like cross country. It's like, I mean, like my freshman year, there was like 10 guys, and then maybe like 14 girls. Like that, it was not a lot. And then it's kind of fluctuated. Like it fluctuated a little bit while I was there because we'd have like new groups come in, but then also like we've had a lot of people just like quit, like they're just tired, or like they're not like really that into running to where they want to do it at that level. Because I don't I don't think a lot of people realize the difference between like high school and college. Like you could be like pretty good in high school and you're just like average in college. But yeah, a lot of like like freshman year, because we were both Max and I were walk-ons. It was basically the coach was like, "You got to get faster, or you're not going to be on the team next year." So I was like, "I got to get faster," and, and I mean, we did get faster, but it was still like
Progressively, like
progressively, yeah,
slower.
like progressively, like we could keep up with most of the guys on easy runs by the end of the year because coach wanted the easy run pace to be like 6:30 or faster, which is not what we were doing in high school. But yeah, like getting dropped in every single workout.
It was a
Just
wake
to
up call,
get,
I'm sure, at a
yeah.
Division One level. But do you think that with being growing up in the basically running specialty environment, because both your parents were in it for a long time and still have been, obviously, growing up in the sport of running, do you feel like you will be able to like maybe own a store like this eventually, like what your mom and dad are doing right now?
I feel like I could. It's more of like I'm still kind of trying to figure out what I really want to do. And part of that is like I do kind of like working in a running store, working around like running shoes and running products and that kind of stuff. But I don't know if I want to like stay in Texas. I just don't. I don't know. I feel like I might enjoy living somewhere else a little bit more. I just don't know like exactly where that would be. But I mean, I think I definitely could, and I think kind of like the way things are going now, I think they're kind of trying to like prepare me to like when they want to retire to take up the store, which I think I could do that. I think, but yeah, it's just like I don't know if I would want to stay in Texas for like the rest of my life.
So it's to be determined, basically,
Yeah,
at this moment.
and part of me would feel bad for not not doing it because Mark said like if I didn't want to do it, then he could like sell it and maybe like Fleet Feet or someone like that would get it. But it's like I don't know if I want to see the store get turned into a Fleet Feet. I like it the way it is, and I like the kind of the community around it. Some of the like run club people are pretty nice, and I don't know, the vibes are good. I'd like to keep it that way, and then maybe try to make it better, get more people in. You know?
There's just something about like mom and pop shops when it comes to like what you're talking about with social runs and with
Yeah.
social gatherings than a big corporate store like Fleet Feet. Obviously, there's so many of them around the United States. Talk about your amazing hair, because I've been told, according to my sources, that you have been quite the ladies' man, growing out the hair. Apparently, some really wanted to hang out with you when you were a kid. I don't know. You had bleach blonde surfer boy hair, apparently. It was beautiful like Fabio in a way. Is this true, Benicio? Can you please confirm these sources?
I mean, I think the hair part's true. I don't know about the ladies' man. I didn't really talk to too many people. I still don't really talk to too many people. I kind of only I only really talk to customers when I have to.
That's okay.
But
You're the quiet professional.
yeah,
That's all that means. But you know what? I do want to share a quick story with you. So there I was. I never told you this, Benicio.
Mhm.
So there I was, folks. I was just minding my own business. Benicio was working with this young lady right here where we were sitting, and he was using the Riz, guys. He was making her laugh and helping her out and everything. And I go up to Maximus up at the front, and I'm like, Maximus, your brother should use the Riz and bring out the aura. And just for context, the aura is the name of a shoe. It's not
Mhm.
just a word.
It's not
But
just a TikTok word.
yeah, she wound up not going with it. But yeah, I thought it was great.
Yeah,
I think myself and all the ladies out there would like to know, how does one obtain the runner's body?
not a lot. Um, Lift weights sometimes. You're mostly gonna run a lot.
Enough said. Please describe these amazing shorts and shirt that you're wearing.
So we got chicken legs, flamingos.
And if
Size,
you if you want
size
to see the
small.
X-rated version, you have to go subscribe to the OF.
A nice on shirt. Very nice fabric. Don't remember what it's called, but it's a size medium. Trying to find the tag.
I
No,
got you.
that's the hat.
I got you, bro.
It's just called the Core Tee.
I'm also repping the On jersey, the tank. I don't know what it's called either, but
It's probably the Core Tank.
it's, it's probably the core tank. The On hat, I have it going on. On, yeah. So we can't confirm that this is the core tank, but it's a tank from On. So for all the people out there who may not know about what our process is here with fitting people in the right type of shoe, can you please just briefly describe kind of what goes through when the person walks through the door and what they're going to see and what they expect to see and kind of go through?
Yeah, so number one, when they walk in, say hello. Can I help you with anything? Depending on their answer, you can help them. If they say, I'm just browsing, you're probably going to help them in like 5 minutes.
2,000 years later.
Since they're here, they're probably looking for shoes. Then you take them over to the shoe wall. Let them bask in its glory. Take it all in. Get confused by the 3 different glycerins. Then you ask them if there's anything that they've worn before that they liked, if they're having any issues, or like anything like that. And then also you got to ask, like, are you looking for something just to wear around all day? Or if you're like a nurse and you got to work for like a week straight in the ER, or whatever they do to those people. Looking for like, they're training, they want to do like a half marathon, or if they're like middle school, high school, getting ready for track and cross country, it makes you kind of section off the shoes into like different categories of like what's going to work better or what could possibly work better. But then you got to measure their feet because people don't know their foot size.
Somebody's got to do it.
Yeah. they'll say, I'm 11 and a half. And then you say, can I check the size of your shoes you're wearing? And then it's a 13.
I got one even better, Ben. One guy, a kid, measured a 13, or no, sorry, he walked in with 13s on. He was measuring like 9. Yeah, I was
What?
like, bro, you, yeah.
Yeah, he's just leaving space to grow. He doesn't want to grow out of them. Yeah.
Happens all the time, folks. Happens all the freaking time. You wouldn't even believe it, especially with men.
But also, you got to make sure, measure both feet. Sometimes there's a half size difference. And then you could put them in a shoe that's too small. That's not good.
No. No, sir.
Then after measuring, since they already got their shoes off, you watch them walk, looking at what their ankles, their arches, in general, like what's going on at the bottom, what's going on down there. You got to figure it out. And that helps you figure out if they're walking like this, they probably need arch support.
Oh, they just need help.
or or they need a doctor. You assess, like, you look at the height of the arch, what the ankle's doing, if the arch collapses or not, or if there's any kind of wiggling going on, then they might need some more support, something that's gonna keep them going straight ahead, keep them on the path. It's like a national park. You don't go off the path. You gotta stay on
Some
track.
people do, though.
Yeah.
Some people are feeling froggy, man.
Yeah. Especially people who wear the Pegasus.
Yeah. Man, Nike, why did you change the Pegasus again, yet for the umpteenth time? But anyways,
41 times you can't get it right. Come on.
so Benicio,
Yeah.
what is it like to have incredibly long hair, long legs, and a knack for helping people in the community?
The long hair, sometimes it's a pain. Most time it's pretty nice. Long legs, pretty good for running. Terrible for finding jeans in your size. Helping the community, I mean, that always feels good. It doesn't matter. Sometimes you don't really want to do it, but at the end of the day, it's always worth it.
Thank you, sir, for your service. Thank you, sir, for your help with all of this, and great answer.
Thank you, Jonathan, because you do a lot of stuff. You kind of help, especially with Track Tuesdays, help keep it fun, keep it exciting, let people see what it's like. I feel like we need a little more of that kind of stuff.
You look like the next Karate Kid. I love it.
We gotta make sure we put it back the right way, otherwise Betsy will kill us.
Betsy, don't worry. We'll move all this back.
I gotta dress like this because I'm ice cold.
Please. Man, I lost what I was going to say. Okay. I feel like I should bow to you. Master.
It's not master, it's sensei.
I see dead people. Go. I'll do it over. Wait. I'll just give it a huge thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. I can't do it. All right.
Okay, I won't do any more thumbs up.
I keep not trying to look that way, but you're just like, yes, very nice. All right.
Nice.
If you guys enjoyed this episode with Ben, please give it a huge thumbs up.
I didn't even do it that time.
If you guys enjoy, I'm just losing my voice today. All right.
You want me to do it?
Yeah, go ahead.
If you enjoyed this episode of the podcast featuring me, Ben, hosted by Joe Nathan, give it a big thumbs up and subscribe. Keep your eyes out for new videos, all that sort of thing.
If you didn't watch the last podcast episode or the last YouTube video, please go check those out. The links will be in the description below. And until next time, we will see you all on the other side. Peace. Teamwork makes the dream work. Every time.